Hi guys, thank you so much for watching my video. The first thing I'm doing is applying the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer to my entire face. I like it because it's oil-free and it gives a very nice silicone feeling to the entire face. Next, I use my foundation of choice. I use the Fiona Styles No. 3 Matte Foundation. This foundation is almost full coverage, but it doesn't allow too much of my rosacea to poke through. I feel I don't need to use any sort of concealer or color correction when I use this. Now the shade I use is very yellow toned and a little bit light. I like this because the foundation does oxidize down a little bit and it doesn't look so pale after I use some bronzer on it. I do set this foundation with the Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder. I feel like for its price point, it's an amazing powder that lets my foundation sit on my face all day. You can see the coverage is pretty amazing and very little of my redness is poking through. Just a little bit on the lower parts of my cheeks, but honestly I actually don't mind that part of my face, so I'm okay with it poking through. Next, I'm going to go ahead and apply my bronzer. I do this very liberally on my cheeks, forehead, and sides of my hook nose. I feel like applying it on the sides of my hook nose makes my hook nose not look so big from front on pictures. I feel like it makes it a little bit bigger from side pictures, but let's be honest, when you have a hook nose, you don't take side pictures. You can see that layered onto my foundation very nicely, and it's not very patchy. It is slightly orange toned, which honestly I like because it matches the slight orange tone of my spray tan on my neck and chest. I do add a little bit more around the hook part of my nose that really minimizes it from front on photos, emphasizes it from side photos, but again, I have a hook nose, I don't take side photos. Next, I'm going to go ahead and apply the base to my eyeshadow. I'm using a white eyeliner pencil that is very creamy to do this. Now I'm going to be using a blue eyeshadow and I want that blue to pop out just a little bit more than it already does. So that white base is going to make that pop up very nicely. It is a little bit glittery, so that glitter is going to grab onto that cream much nicer. Now when I do apply this white, I like to bring it down into my tear duct very slightly, but I definitely like to apply it a little bit below my lash line on the bottom and into my actual waterline on the bottom as well. This opens up my eyes quite a bit, and when I'm doing a big eyed look with a lot of dark colors, I do like to bring a little bit of lightness to my eyes as well. Otherwise I feel it really closes off my eyes. Next, I'm going to go ahead and clean my brush to be able to apply the shadow. I like to use the Pre-Cleanse by Dermalogica. It is an oily cleanser for the face, but it takes off eyeshadow like no other. Now it's a nice clean brush and it only took me about a minute to clean it. That's pretty awesome. Next, I'm going to take my eyeshadow top coat by Ulta in the color blue and apply it to the face. This eyeshadow is a very high glitter content, and because of that you really need to pat it in small doses just to be able to get it on there without too much fallout. I am packing it in liberally and bringing it slightly above my crease line. The reason I'm doing that is because I have hooded eyes, and if I don't do this, the crease is completely missing. My hood does come down and cover the lid of my eye just a little bit, so bringing that color up is definitely a necessity if I want any sort of color to show in pictures where my eyes are open. You can see that glitter is very, very pretty. I like the colors of glitters that they have. I'm seeing a lot of blues, greens, yellows, and maybe just a little bit of pink glitter in there. Now for this look, I'm not blending out the lines too much, otherwise for this glittery look, it really does create this patchy kind of end look to it. I don't mind the unfinished eyeshadow because I feel like blending is more popular with colors that aren't that are natural. I feel unnatural colors don't really need too much blending. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take the black top coat by Ulta and apply that where I want that dark sides to be. So I want it to go from blue to a little bit of a darker glitter color, but still have a lot of glitter to it. Now I decided that the outside line is a little bit better than the inside line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill that outside line in just a little bit, and I want to remove that outside line. What I do is I take a little bit of that oil-free primer and rub it in with a Q-tip, and that actually removes any sort of color that you want. Next, I'm going to go ahead and apply more of that dark color and bring it in a little bit. This is also going to create a really pretty fade from my eyeliner to the color. I'm going to bring that just a little bit underneath my eyes, but not too much. Next, I'm going to take the Lorac Pro mascara and apply it very close to the inner lash line. So the reason I get it really close to the inner lash line, I will show you later, because you're going to be able to visibly see where my lashes and my skin meet up when we're done here. And we really don't want to have a weird like white or brown line there. I got a little bit underneath my eyes, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of pre-cleanse on a Q-tip and wipe that off, and it comes off in only a couple swipes. I'm going to wipe off the excess with a big fluffy brush, and we're going to apply the mascara to the other eye as well and finish up any white lines that might have disappeared. You can see that mascara is right up to the lash line, and there's no disconnect where my actual natural lash color begins. Now I have extremely downward facing eyelashes. They actually cast a shadow on the top of my eyes and make them look a lot smaller than they actually are. But I'm going to show you guys how I fix that. Eyelash curlers kind of just curl the tips of the lashes, but they don't lift them away from the eyes. See how downward they're facing? I know I'm looking down here, but even when I'm looking forward, they're facing right down. It makes my eyes look so dark. I'm going to show you guys a really nice trick on how to fix those up, and all I use is a pair of eyelashes, and I'll show you guys. I do get really close to the lash line here with a black pencil because I really don't want any sort of color to show with the trick that I'm going to show you with my eyelashes. Next, here are my eyelashes. I get a pack of 3 for only $1.50. So what I like to do is I take these cheap lashes and I bend them in half, and that gives them a nice curve to them so they're easier to apply. Cheap lashes, you almost always need to do this. And when you compare them, there's a flat one and a curved one. So curving them and sticking them together really does help. What we're going to do is we're going to take some eyelash glue. I'm using black in this instance, but you can use clear if you'd like. And we're going to apply it to every single lash and let those kind of sit down and get tacky for a moment. You don't want to apply lashes when they are dripping wet. I am applying 2 lashes per eye, and that's why I grabbed 4 out, but we're going to go ahead and get ready to apply the first lash here. We're going to apply it as close to the lash line as possible, but we're going to also pop them up so lashes are sticking pretty straight up. See how straight up I got them? And I also squished my bottom lashes to the top. We're going to go ahead and apply the second pair right on top of where the last one is. Now what I'm doing is I'm squeezing my natural lashes that are coated in mascara into my fake lashes. And what that does is that mascara kind of adheres to the fake lashes and it brings my eyelashes up with it. So because we have stuck the eyelashes on and made them face upwards, we can actually get our lashes to face upwards too by squishing them together. Here I applied more mascara and squished those together. You can see there's a major difference as my natural eyelashes are now facing upwards with the fake ones because we adhered them with mascara. It makes my eyes look a lot bigger, and those lashes aren't causing a big shadow on my eyes anymore, and they don't face downwards anymore. Now they're facing up and they look curvy. And I didn't use any eyelash curler on these eyes. Next, we're going to apply the highlight. This is the Glitter Top Coat by Ulta. We're using 3 different glitter top coats in this look. This glitter top coat is the pink fairy dust one. It is so shiny and so sparkly, and it looks great in photos. I personally love glitter ones a lot more than I like the fine grit ones. I like to be able to look like I have glitter on my face and not a bunch of shine on my face. I do apply a very pink blush on the top of my cheekbones. I don't like to bring it down because I feel like that would make my rosacea pop out a little bit more. We're going to go ahead, blend that in a little bit and bring it forward. I do have long hair that covers half my cheeks, so I like to bring everything forward just a little bit. For my eyebrows, I do have bangs that cover them, so I don't spend too much time on them. I fill them in slightly at the tails where they are more sparse with just a little bit of pigment. I do brush them and control them a little bit, and I might use a little bit of water or makeup remover to remove any foundation from them. But other than that, I don't spend a lot of time on them because they are hidden. I am applying a little bit of foundation underneath them just to color any sort of hairs that might be there. I am applying a little bit of my powder to the top of my nose and my Cupid's bow, and applying a little bit more bronzer to the tip of my nose where I do have a little bit of a bump there. I am bringing my bronzer down my neck and kind of contouring it in where I want my neck to feel a little bit more depth. Now this is my secret. I always take a little bit of that fairy dust eyeshadow top coat and I apply it to my collarbone. Now when I zoom in, I'll be able to show you guys why I do that. When the lights hit it, they shine like no other. It looks awesome. I almost always do this to every single time that I'm showing my collarbones. It really makes them pop. I'm going ahead and removing the foundation from my lips and applying a little bit of red rimmel lipstick. I like putting this on first because it's so creamy. I feel like it's like a chapstick for my lips before I actually put my color in. It also warms them up because this lipstick I'm using is so cool toned. I don't really like it. But when I apply it over this warm lipstick, it becomes a very cute shade. It's not too cold and it's not too warm. It has a lot of sparkle to it and a lot of purple pigment to it. there's the completed look, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love this dolly blue eyeshadow look, and I'll definitely wear it more often now that I'm doing more videos. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.